Hey, today we're going to look at adding a Uniview camera speaker if it supports Unviv audio and has a embedded speaker. So to do this, I need to do a couple of things first. So you can see I already have it added here. So this is my speaker. It added as a speaker, and I also have it added as a camera. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to go ahead and delete this out, remove the device, remove it here so you can see me add it. Before you add it into the CHeKT portal, what you'll need to do is you'll have to go to the camera itself. And so I'm going to go into the web portal of this camera. I'm going to log in. Go down here. You can see I'm in my camera web browser right now. Now I'm going to go over to video and audio, the video and audio tab. And then I'm going to go down to audio. And by default, the Uniview cameras usually come as audio input off. I need to make sure that audio input is turned on. And I can leave everything else the same. You know, maybe I'll crank this up a little bit. But I would leave everything else the same. Now I'm going to go ahead and, now that I've saved this and made sure that it's saved, I'm going to exit out of this tab. I don't need that anymore. I'm going to go into add a camera. Go to home. I'm going to do a network discovery. So I'm using the Unviv protocol to find my cameras on the network. And then I'm going to find the camera that we're looking at today with the audio. So now that I've gotten my cameras up, this is the camera I want, IP ending in 117. So I'll click that. I'm going to enter my password. This password's a little bit different than the other ones. I'm going to log into that. It's going to give me a thumbnail image. Yes, that's the camera we want. I'm going to go ahead and hit next. Call it driveway. Hit next, instant zone. Done. So that camera is going to learn into the bridge. So we'll fast forward through this. Okay, now that the camera has been learned in, I am going to then go here. If you don't remember the IP address, you're going to need it for the next step. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this IP address. I'm going to go add, and I'm going to add an IP speaker. So the way we currently have to do this is we have to add the camera and the IP and the speaker on the camera independently. If you add the camera on there and the speaker's not working, it's because you didn't add it as an audio device. Couple things to note. So we're going to do an Unviv scan for IP speakers. Your IP horns, this will actually pop up and show as discoverable. Let's say you're using TOA or you're using Axis, Command, or Zenatel. The speaker would actually show up right here. But for these cameras, it's not going to show up. And IP cameras and using Unviv over audio, it's something you really need to test. We've seen issues with many of the cameras out there, but Uniview works really well, so I can add it. So we've been able to add it successfully. So I'm going to, since nothing popped up, that's okay. It's not going to pop up for a Uniview camera. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to add speaker manually. So I'll name it driveway speaker. It's Unviv is the way we will connect. There's also Axis if you have an Axis speaker. I will use my IP address that I copied and my port. Remember what your port was. Mine was 80. And then I will make sure I enter the admin credentials for the camera. I'm going to hit authenticate. Important thing to note, if you did not turn the Uniview audio input on inside the web portal, it would come back and fail before this point. It wouldn't let you in. So in order for you to get here, you would definitely have to turn the audio on the Uniview camera inside of the Uniview web portal. You see all of our messages are on here. I can go ahead and test the audio device. So it says successful. I can't hear it because the audio device is on my driveway and I am in my office far away from it, but I will test it later. Then I'll hit add. And it says IP speaker setup complete. Channel audio 1, driveway speaker. It shows the model number of the camera. That's the camera I wanted to add. Perfect. And I can register another one, or I can hit done. So I'm going to hit done. It's going to show up offline for a minute and just has to. It's going to do its little setup, make sure everything works. But in a few seconds, this will turn blue, and I know that we've successfully added it. There we go. So now my driveway speaker and my driveway camera are online, and then I've had to enter them in as two separate devices, even though yes, they are the same device. But now it should work, and so I'm going to go out and test it. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. Bye.